Hi Collective, welcome and welcome back. We're doing soul contracts today. Soul contracts. Someone that you're connected to. So it's a different version, I would say, of you versus them, but it's specifically around the soul contracts that you have with them. So it's the soul contracts that you have with them. Okay, and we're going to look at your role in the soul contract, okay, and what their lesson was. If we've got time, we will look at your lesson as well and their role, okay. Maybe I'll do that in part 2. We'll see what kind of comes out. So we're going to look at the overall themes here for the soul contract. So spirit, in regards to the soul contract for the collective that I'm connecting to, can you give me the themes here of the soul contract? What has the collective experienced here in this soul contract with this person, place or thing? I heard. What is the energy here around the soul contract? The themes here. Okay, so somebody's going through it now. Yeah, so we got these two. I'm going to take them. They fell out. Can't see them because I've got the green screen on. But can we see? No. Oh, this green screen's too good. But it says number 21, clear it up, and number 32, here and now. So there is something here that is happening at the time that you find this message, okay? Not before, not after, maybe before, but definitely not after. It's happening at the time you find this reading, where the overall energy of this soul contract is being cleaned up. It's an energy of sweeping out the last of the rubbish, okay, tying up loose ends, kind of energy, okay. So that's happening at the time you find this reading. Tell me more about the energy here, about what has been experienced in this soul contract. What's the energy in this soul contract? What has been experienced? What's the overall energy here for this soul contract? By the book. Yeah, that's the contract, isn't it? Not deviating from the plan. Okay. Tell me why is by the book here? Why? Never ending story at the bottom of the deck. And thinker. Okay, so the energy around this soul contract with this particular energy is at the moment my head's tingling. At the moment you are about to be or in the middle of tying up loose ends around this soul contract, okay, so closing this cycle out. You've also got by the book, which is an energy of doing things to the letter, doing things according to the laws of the universe, okay. Not deviating from the rule book, not deviating from the norm, just doing things as they should be. When I clarified this, I got the card Y, which I'm going to read why, because that is one card that I never ever remember. So Y, which is number 31. 31. Can I count today? Can I count? No, is the answer. 31, why? So this is clarifying by the book. Motives driving intention, the power of knowing the why. There is a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So there was something that probably both energies in this soul contract, needed to learn and understand about their values, the motivations and the reasons why they want to do the things that they do. So for example, if you're somebody in your life that is pursuing certain things, maybe you're pursuing it because it's always been done in your family, maybe you're pursuing it because it looks good, maybe you're pursuing it because you had an idea when you were 5 years old that you wanted to do this, you wanted to learn this, you wanted to be this, and so you've always just followed that path. There's something about this soul contract that was here to show you and to reveal to you what your motives were for pursuing those things, and do they really align with who it is or what it is that you are wanting to be, wanting to move towards. This is something that you had to learn by the book, okay. You had to follow the rules, you had to understand that A plus B equals C. Okay, it had to be broken down like that for you and for the other energy as well. So there was very specifically, I'm hearing coordinated, serendipitous situations, experiences, coincidences, synchronicities, that opened up and introduced you to certain experiences and therefore lessons that pushed you to ask the question why, possibly not literally asking it out loud or even in your head, but it caused you to question your motives behind the things that you did, or question the why you pursued the things that you did, question, where am I? What am I doing? Like, is this where I want to be? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this where I want to be in 5, 10 years from now? The things that I'm putting my energy into, is this consistent and or in alignment with where I want to be, and what I'm trying to do? So there was something that needed to be broken down for you quite clearly. Not just so you would not just because it's forcing you to think and reflect, but also so it's teaching you how to then move forward in the future, so that if you do put A and B together, you're always going to get C. Okay, if you want a different outcome, if you want a different answer, if you want D, for example, then you're going to need different letters. I don't know what those letters are, it's just an example. But that's what I'm getting here with by the book and why. So for the collective that I am connecting to today, this soul contract, this energy around the soul contract, you are tying up loose ends around that. Okay, now this could be with the other energy, or this could be in isolation of the other energy, but we'll see kind of what else comes out. I love that. It's very unique. I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, so we're going to look at the collective's role here, the collective's role in the soul contract, and we'll look at it and we'll pull tarot, and then we'll look at the lesson of the energy connected to the collective. Okay, using a different deck and some tarot. So, and if we've got time, we'll do reverse. So, for the collective spirit, for the collective, what was the collective's role in this soul contract? When it comes to their lessons or the lessons of the other person, just tell me what their role was. What was the role of the collective in this soul contract here? This is a massive deck. Before I even pull any cards, I'll just say at the bottom of this deck, this is the archetype deck. I don't know if you can see it. And I think there's about 4 blank archetypes that you can kind of edit yourself, and 2 of the blank ones are at the bottom of the deck. So every time I see the blank ones or it comes out the deck, I always think it's like the future is yet to be written, that kind of energy. It's still open-ended in some way, and it's possibly because there's things that are being tied up right now in this soul contract. So when it comes to this soul contract and the collective spirit, what was the collective's role? What was the collective's role in this soul contract? That's too many. I'll just take the first one. So the collective, it was forcing you to be more introspective. You could also be a naturally introspective person. I could also be connecting with a Virgo placement. Don't have to be. But you may have been or currently be somebody who is very withdrawn from others, not from the collective, but maybe spends a lot of time alone at home in your head, overthinking. You may suffer from kind of anxiety, social anxiety specifically, is what I'm getting. And you may have felt very harshly judged by others. Not that you cared what people thought, but I think that possibly I'm connected with someone or a collective that judged others, or was critical of others, and so naturally internalized that to think people were equally as critical as you. Maybe you weren't very charitable, or you weren't available to really help others a lot. But you could be just someone who keeps to yourself in isolation in some regards. Tell me more about the collective's role in this soul contract. What was the collective's role in this soul contract? I feel like this soul contract was an experience that you needed because you probably weren't going to gain in the energy of a recluse or someone that keeps to themselves. And there were things that you needed to learn around fear of people's opinions, people pleasing, the reasons why you suffer social anxiety or you're withdrawn from the social in some regard. There was something that you needed to learn from this soul contract to help you reflect on those habits. Tell me more about the collective's role here in this soul contract. Okay, that's enough. So we've got Destroyer and Seeker. So with Destroyer, you've got this is somebody who is, your role was to release what was potentially destructive in your life, to prepare for a new life. So this was a catalyst, basically. Your role was a catalyst, possibly for the other person, but we'll see what comes out for them. Um, yeah, I do believe your role was to cause some kind of either one or multiple ego deaths in within somebody else, or the other energy. The other card that came out was Seeker. So this is wisdom and truth wherever you are, a thirst for wisdom and truth. So this was to trigger as well some kind of higher learning or knowledge within you. It was destined for you to learn whatever it is that you've learned, however it is that you've grown through this soul contract, through interacting or knowing this other energy. It was destined, it was always destined and written for you to be an acquirer of knowledge, or a thirst for knowledge, a thirst for the unknown or learning or something. Okay, could be talking to a Sagittarius placement, or a Hierophant type energy as well, don't have to be, or a High Priestess, possibly, it's not strongly here. You may have also been someone who felt it was difficult for you to commit to a decision or commit to a path, or to feel at home, secure, or stable, okay, in certain environments. And so it was hard for you to kind of settle. It's hard for you to commit to a path, or I'm getting somebody who never felt stable or secure, and so then had commitment issues, but not commitment in relationships, although it could have well have been. It's more commitment in committing to a place to live for a certain amount of time, or committing to a job, or always feeling that you're going to lose your home, always feeling that you're going to lose your job, and so it was difficult for you to commit. There was a fear of commit there for some people. What we're going to do, the tarot on that. So in regards to the collective energy, please, Spirit, what is their role here in this soul contract? What can you tell us through tarot? What can you tell us through tarot, Spirit, about the collective's role? The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, it could have been something around your stability that you need, and feeling stable, feeling secure. That's what I was getting. You got the Nine of Wands. Yep, definitely. There's a fear of insecurity here. There's a fear of instability here. Or that's what you were learning to overcome here. They got the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Tell me more about the collective's role in this soul contract. The Wheel of Fortune and the King of Cups. Okay, so this is the other person now, bleeding into your experience. Okay, there was a Wheel of Fortune moment. Okay, some kind of karmic destined encounter, or even a decisive moment, a turn, a twist of fate. This person could this person is showing up as a King of Cups. So I don't know if you can't see it there. This is like the best and the worst green screen ever. But it's the King of Cups. Oh my gosh, how annoying. It's the King of Cups. So there was a turning point, okay, in the collective's life where they encountered a King of Cups. This could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. It could be somebody who, wore their feelings quite, under the surface. The King of Cups is somebody who, feels quite deeply, but really is quite emotionally stable in the fact that um, they are able to manage their feelings, their emotions, in a certain way. Tell me more about the collective's role here in this. So the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, so there was something for some of you, where this role was supposed to show you how to gain some kind of stability, how to gain some kind of wealth, how to confidently and securely add some kind of wealth or knowledge to your life in some way. I don't. We'll see if it could be that you were in a relationship with this King of Cups. Okay, a long-term relationship. It could be a father figure, because the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for the collective and their role in this soul contract? The Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I could be connecting with a bunch of earth signs here, because there's a lot of earth. But if not, we've also got Aries and Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here. But yeah, with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor, what is this here? What is this? Oh, that was so weird. I wish I could have saw that. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Lover's card at the bottom of the deck with the Hierophant. So there's something about Your role in this soul contract that was here to see to both you and the other energy here, bring some structure, bring some bravery, and for you both in your respective areas of learning to take control, to materialize what you are wanting to manifest, to stop waiting and stop dragging things out, hoping or waiting for something at the end of the rainbow here. The lesson here, your role was to be some kind of catalyst for change. There was somebody else in this energy, in this soul contract, that wasn't moving, that was stagnant, that was waiting for things to change, but without really making any proactive moves to change things, and that's in their life. Um, and when you two met, or when your soul contract was activated, um, it meant that they had to boss up. It meant that they had to make things happen and materialize. It meant that things that they were dragging their feet on, things that they were procrastinating on, overthinking on, over planning on, things that they had invested in that had not been yielding fruit for a very long time, they had to really take control of that. The Lovers card at the bottom of the deck, which you can't see, but you kind of can. There you go. Is a soulmate, but also a major decision. They had to make different choices here, and so your role was to gain some kind of structure and stability in your own life, but really to bring structure and stability to them primarily through focusing on yourself, which is bizarre. But with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, this is somebody who was intimidated by how inwardly focused you were, how self-focused you were, how abundant or nurturing you were. Very, very focused on your own environment, your own things, your own goals. You may be a single parent as well. You don't have to be male or female, doesn't matter. But that was your role in this soul contract. So we're gonna look at their lesson. Okay, don't forget, guys, if you'd like a personal reading, if you think this is your reading and you want me to expand on it, or you want to ask questions about it, check out the description box below, the bio and the comments below, for the different platforms that you can reach me on. Okay, and you can still reach me via popitreads.com as well. So, Spirit, for the external energy here, the other person here, what was their lesson? What was the other energy's lesson in this soul contract? What was their lesson? What was their lesson in this soul contract? What was their lesson? What was their lesson, Spirit? The other energy, the external energy. What was their lesson in this soul contract? Oh, fell face down. Oh, it fell face down, but it was Black Moon, Lilith in Taurus, which is all about self-worth, self-values, what your values are, and what you stand for. So this could be heavily focused on their second house, but we'll see. Tell me, Spirit, about what the other party's lesson was here. What was their lesson? What was their lesson in this soul contract? What was their lesson in this soul contract? The cards keep falling on the floor, face down. Black Moon, Lilith and Leo, allow your light to shine. They may have faced some challenges around how they appear to others, feeling accepted by others, feeling appropriately praised, as well as the Leo energy. Tell me more, Spirit, about the other energy here in the soul contract and what their lesson was. What was their lesson? The cards are not coming out. What was their lesson, the other person in this soul contract? Coagulation, soul ascension. So they their goal here was to ascend, to learn the right lessons here, to raise their vibration in some way. This was a key lesson in this lifetime for them, for their soul, for their spirit to grow and mature and to learn. Also to balance out their divine feminine energy. This is Eve, divine feminine awakening. So they may have really suppressed, or there was shame around their more feminine side. Okay, so being vulnerable, possibly difficulty in being emotionally available, I'm feeling shame around that. One more, please, Spirit. But thank you. The moon, intuition, and emotional healing. So they had emotional healing to do in this lifetime, because what they have been through in past lifetime and in this lifetime has really stifled their ability to listen and to feel and know their intuition. And at the bottom of the deck, you got Black Moon, Lilith in Gemini. Liberate your truth. This is an energy of speaking your mind. I may be connected to an energy who found it difficult to open up, who found it difficult to speak their mind, who found it difficult to be honest, who, gained a bloody hernia from holding their tongue so much, So yeah, let's see here what we've got with this energy. So can you tell me more about their role and their lesson, sorry? Oh, the Eight of Pentacles, to work on themselves. Eight of Pentacles. Then this soul contract was about making them being the catalyst for them to turn inward. Obviously you had your lessons as well, but we're focused on their lessons. Tell me more about their lessons in this soul contract. What were they supposed to learn here? The magician. Yeah, how to understand that actually they have all the tools, they have all the power, to also make sure that they feel validated in their power, that they're aware of their capacity to make things happen, to stop giving their power away. That's what they needed to work on. What else is the lesson here? The Emperor coming up to take control, to step into some kind of control, barely can't see it, control, structure, some kind of leadership energy here. This could be somebody who, coming into this lifetime, they felt like a natural leader, but with showing up here with the Emperor and the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles, there were aspects of that that they needed to work on, because, well, it's here, isn't it? And what else can you tell me about their lesson here? The Devil card. So they had the Devil on their back. There was a lot of sorry, the microphone's probably doing a mad thing. The Devil is an attachment. Okay, it's obsession, it's doubt, it's fear. This person, this energy that you dealt with in the soulmate contract, was chained by fear, burdens in some regard, attached to some also addictions, possibly, ruled by their own, possibly their sexuality as well, possibly materialistic or codependent. Tell me more about their lesson in regards to this soul contract, Spirit. The Ten of Swords, they needed to end it. They can't see it. It's on its own. You can't see it. But Ten of Swords, they needed to know, like, they needed to learn how to take control of the situation, how to feel empowered, and how to know that they have the power. They how to take their power back, how to take control of releasing what they felt powerless by the Devil card. So that could be addictions, codependency, energy vampires, people that leached on them, possibly, addictions, materialism, knowing how to end it, knowing how to regain control and power to end it, because I feel like there's something here where this person felt powerless to a lot of things that were depleting them, or that they felt was taken away from them in some regard, affecting them negatively in some regard. And then the Empress and the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I can't see them, but their lesson was for them to reflect and think. And the Empress energy, which is the other person here, so I'm talking to a divine counterpart here, the Empress and the Empress, and I feel like you weren't always the Empress and the Empress. This is what you've kind of evolved to be. Um, but this is somebody who felt the pressure of the connection here with the Empress and the Ten of Wands, and it forced them to reflect. It forced them to really reflect on how they're living their life, the things that they're attached to, the things that they give their energies to, the things that siphon their energy, the things that don't align with them, why they're still dealing with them, why they're still involved with them, why do they still give them time and energy. They were forced to reflect on that, and this soul contract was there to show them, actually, you have the power to overcome this, you have the power to end these things, you have the power to release and to unhook these attachments, these chains, these energy vampires. That was something that they had to work on. So I'm going to look at the oracle cards that came out. So we got soul ascension, coagulation. So that is number 38. I can count today, way. So it says, after enduring a period of intense purges, transformation, inner growth, and spiritual work, this is the phase of alchemy when you begin to truly embody your sun soul's gold in ancient alchemy. When the coagulation card appears, you are empowered in your purpose and channeling the energy of your sun sign. The sun in astrology represents life, purpose, and alignment with your birth chart. New opportunities, life decisions, and changes in direction are manifesting for you at a faster rate. Coagulation is when you are nearing the end of the magnum opus. This is the sixth phase of the alchemical magnum opus, which is a culmination of all the ascension and healing work you've done thus far. You have found and embodied your higher self, light, and true essence in this lifetime. So how beautiful is that? That is where that person needed to get to. They needed to go through so many purges. That's the devil card here in the Ten of Swords. They needed to go through such inner growth and spiritual work. That's the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician card. And then now, here and now, because don't forget that came out with the overall energy of the soul contract. Here and now, you both are in an energy here of tying up loose ends, and so this person is ready, or this other energy is ready to embody their sun soul's gold. I did a reading, it might be the last reading I did, I will try and link it in the description if I remember, but that was all about reaching the end of a tough cycle or a tough lesson, like tough sequence of lessons, and self-actualizing in some way. So this could be both you and the other person in the soul contract. I'm not getting it very strongly, but I could be talking like about a twin flame connection, but I'm not getting that strongly, just like a soulmate connection really. And then we had Eve, Divine Awakening, which is number 14. I can really count today. So when you receive this card, it's the sign to awaken to your power. Eve tempted Adam to eat from the forbidden tree, which sparked their awareness of sexuality, good and evil, and initiated the fall of man. Their story could be interpreted as an allegory for human enlightenment, ascension, and the divine feminine connection to the spiritual realm. This card indicates that you are growing into your power as a master creator. Eve is tempting you to tap into the knowledge within you and become like the god or the goddess of the earth that you are. So, yeah, this is beautiful. This again, it's that kind of culmination energy, even, and detaching from that devil energy, or not just detaching, but integrating that devil energy. The what is it? The addictions you've been through, the codependency you've been through, the toxic traits that you were living in, or this person was living in, I should say. Um, they're finally harnessing, or have finally harnessed the power of that, integrated that power within themselves, and really turned power into pain into power here, especially with the Magician card and the Eight of Pentacles. And the last card that came out for them, the Oracle card, was the Moon card, which was number 23. I am counting today. Intuition and emotional healing. So it says the moon is the internal cosmic mother. This person could be we did see the King of Cups in the other reading, but really in this reading got Capricorn, Aries, Gemini. Um, I did see Taurus and Leo when I was with the cards that flew out, and the moon card is Pisces or Cancer. So any one of those energies could mean something to you. But the moon is the eternal cosmic mother, reflecting the paternal sun. She's a nurturing and life giving luminary, ruling over the psyche and emotions of her children here on earth. When you receive the moon oracle card in a reading, it indicates a strengthening of your intuition and increased receptivity. The answers you seek are already inside of you. Listen to your gift of psychic awareness and allow it to guide your way forward. If something doesn't feel right, reflect on why. You may be feeling a sense of fatigue, and the moon is encouraging you to pour into yourself right now. Have you taken time to nurture yourself? It's incredibly important to understand and honor your moon sign, as your emotions are part of your manifestation power. If you don't feel emotionally aligned in your life to your moon's needs, it can create inner turmoil. So they needed to become more in alignment, possibly with their moon sign, but specifically with their intuition. This was somebody who wasn't aware of their power of intuition, wasn't aware of their psychic abilities or their power. Maybe they didn't believe in, psychicness or intuition. We all have it. It's nothing special. It's just if whether we can harness it. And I feel like this becoming more in tune to their feminine side, that side that it was either difficult for them to express or something that they repressed, male or female, it doesn't matter. They have now integrated that within themselves. They've integrated vulnerability. They've gone through some things that have opened them up emotionally, and so it's then given them more access, and they're now more in tune to their intuition, specifically their moon sign. So I'll just very quickly go through the moon sign meanings. Moon in Aries means leadership, moon in Taurus, security, and it is the full moon in Taurus as I do this reading. and that's me, Moon in Taurus. Moon in Gemini is communication. Moon in Cancer is nurturing. Moon in Leo is creativity. Moon in Virgo is intelligence. Moon in Libra is harmony. Moon in Scorpio is stability. Moon in Sagittarius is freedom. Moon in Capricorn means structure. Moon in Aquarius means intellect. And Moon in Pisces means sensitivity. So your psychic awareness is, their psychic awareness is increasing. So hopefully they're listening now to information, and they're allowing it to help guide them. So I am going to leave it there because, yeah, I'm going to have to do a part 2 on this, I think, and look at what your lessons were in this situation and what their role was to you, because this was really interesting. But yeah, check out the description box below if you'd like to get a reading, if you'd like a karmic reading, or you would like a soul contract reading. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.